Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Gabriella. I'm a certified life coach, a flight attendant, and a creative spiritual seeker. Thank you for joining me today. I wanted to make a video about my experience with breathwork. And my voice is a little funny right now because of the breathwork, so I'll explain a little bit about that. But I was just inspired to kind of talk about my experience with this form of meditation for me, and maybe inspire you to try it out for yourself, see if it might be a good fit for you. So breathwork is basically doing like a guided breathing exercise / meditation. It's typically done like in a group setting where there's a practitioner or person guiding you as a group with certain type of breathing exercises, and there's also a component of like guided meditation to it. And a lot of people do breath work on their own too, so that's definitely a thing. But I don't have that much experience with it, so I wanted to go to a class and check it out and have an expert guide me through that. So my first experience with breath work was doing a class online, and I actually found it to be extremely overwhelming when I did it online. It was with like really fast-paced music in the background, and the way it was guided was sort of this very just fast-paced rhythm that I wasn't comfortable with. So I'm going to show you guys kind of how breath work was taught to me today. Basically, you breathe in, have your stomach fill out, and then breathe through your chest. Your chest fills up, and then breathe out. And this is all done through the mouth. So it'll be like so when I first did that online, the way she was guiding through it was like in really quick movements. But this time that I did it in person, should I call her a mediator? The practitioner, will say. The practitioner was really good about having us go at a pace that we're comfortable with. So I was able to slow down and go at my own pace. So I had a slower pace than some people that were around me. But that was okay with me because I didn't want to get overwhelmed like last time and just like want to quit or leave. Because when I first did it and I was doing it super fast, I just got like tired and like I wanted to just nap. Like I actually tried it 2 times to do it online with this one course, and I ended up falling asleep both times because I think it was just too much for my body, and it just wasn't very like fun or like easy. And with breath work, like some discomfort can definitely come up in the body. You know, we're not used to breathing in that type of way, but that's why I think it gets us in a different state of mind, because we're getting our physical state somewhere different. So our mind has to adapt. So we have this like experience, and some people have really crazy experiences from what I've heard. Like they'll see things, have like sort of like a psychedelic experience. Some people's bodies really clench up. Like I've heard like people get like claw hands like this. That didn't necessarily happen with me. So when we first got there, we were all in a circle and we started out with a love meditation. And I found that to be really like grounding. You know, this is in New York City, and everyone's coming from different places from work. I was in the Dominican Republic earlier this morning. So it was just nice to have a practice of just like getting us grounded, getting us in our body before we actually started doing the breathing exercise. And the meditation had the intention of connecting us with the energy of love. And right now I'm currently going through a very transformative period where I'm healing some trauma, and I have a lot of anger that I'm having a difficult time sort of like letting myself express and feeling through that. And so at first it was like kind of hard for me to like connect really deeply with the energy of love, because I'm in this space of sort of like resentment and confusion, and there's just a lot coming up for me in this time of my life. But even so, like, I did find the meditation to be really nice, and I did feel better afterward. Like, I think the whole room sort of changed their energy, you know, after this meditation. And yeah, connecting with love is a beautiful thing, and to me that just means like connecting with God or source. So I had that intention in mind, and then we started the breathing exercises, which we all laid down. It was a pretty crowded room. Sorry, I'm just gonna crack my back. It was a pretty crowded room, so there was a lot of us, and we just like laid down and then did the breathing. And she played some music. The music was pretty like casual and like upbeat in the back, and she mentioned that this can be very like heavy work, so she wants to balance it out with some like more like lighthearted music. So at first I did notice myself start to get lightheaded, tingly. Eventually my eyes started to twitch, and I noticed that my left side got really tense. Like my left leg like felt like it clenched up somewhat, but the more that I like surrendered to the experience, the more that kind of I was able to just like observe it and not be like super bothered or weirded out by it. She did mention that some things can happen with your body, but they would go back to normal after, you know, the breathing exercise. And some people did mention that they got the really tense hands like this. So besides like the physical sensations, which was like basically lightheadedness, twitching, bodily sensations, and some tingling all over, mentally I went through like different sort of emotions through this breath work. At first my mind was just really busy, as it normally is, and I was just trying to get a feel for the breathing. It takes a while to ease into. And then she had us for 3.5 minutes just be able to express whatever we needed to express come out. So there were people that were like actually screaming like as they were exhaling, and I started to do that too, and it felt so good because like I mentioned before, I have this like anger that I haven't really been able to like fully express because I've been uncomfortable with it. And it was really, really cathartic to have this space to be able to like scream and like let that out, and like have other people also be doing it, and just have it be normalized, you know, for us to feel the intensity of our emotions, even if it was just for like 3.5 minutes. It's so powerful. And there were people that were crying and making all sorts of noises, and I was even like howling at one point, being super expressive with like my body and my voice, which is normally hard for me to do. So it was really, really beautiful. Like that in itself, I feel like was so helpful. And that's why my voice is funny right now, because it kind of went out because I was like really screaming. But it was amazing. And then after that, we went back to the normal breath work. That's when I started to get like the height of my bodily sensations. I actually got up to use the bathroom and I was super lightheaded. So if you do it, be careful with that. Just keep that in mind, that you might want to sit for a little bit before you get up. And I just had a lot of different like mental processes go on while I was doing it. I went from feeling, you know, some of that rage to some sadness around that rage. And then I ended up coming back to that state of love that the meditation intended us to go to. I thought about that, I felt that, and I felt loved and taken care of. And I started to send out love to like people that came across my mind, like kind of random people too. Like I flew with someone not too long ago. If you don't know, I'm a flight attendant, and someone was on my crew who has cancer and a couple other sicknesses, and I just thought about him randomly while I was doing the breath work, and I just sent him out love. I thought about him. I'm like, you know, I'm so glad he has a partner. I hope that he, you know, regains his health and has like a beautiful life. And it was really amazing to get out of my own like suffering or whatever is going on with me, and to think about somebody else and to just send them love. And I did that with a few other people. I did that with the situation that I'm currently going through and the people that are involved, and sent them out love. And it felt like sort of like a stretch for me to do that, but like a really beautiful stretch too. Like if you're ever like resenting someone or mad at a situation, you can try like sending love to it or sending love to those people, and that can actually be like a pretty beautiful healing practice. But we're not always ready to do that, and I felt like in that space when I was doing the breathing exercises, like I felt like I wanted to try and see how that felt, and it did feel like lighter in my heart. And then some of the songs started to be like love songs in the playlist, and I just wanted to like sing along. And that's when I started to get into this state of like joy and excitement, and I was actually thinking about all these creative projects that I'm so inspired to do, like, and I was thinking about making this video, like wanting to share this experience, and I'm just been really fired up lately about creating my work. And that's something I feel like is going really well in my life, is that I'm inspired and driven, and I'm so grateful for that. And so I was just feeling into the excitement of those feelings and feeling like I'm just like so excited for what's to come. Like I already feel like it's mine. Like I'm manifesting the career of my dreams, and I'm doing what I love like pretty much on a daily basis, which is, you know, creating. And I just started to feel into the ease of life and like how beautiful and easeful, is that a word, it can be. And then I was like, you know, this isn't so bad, because I had come into this breath work expecting this intense experience where I was gonna cry or feel a lot of heavy emotions like I have been in the past few days. But it was really awesome to feel into that joy and to have that be present and know that it's also so available to me and all around me. And life is so dynamic. Like we experience so much on a freaking daily basis. And that's also something that I was processing during the breath work at first, was like, there's just a lot going on in our lives, and there's a lot to take in and a lot to process mentally, physically, emotionally, especially now, you know, our lives are so fast paced and our attention is split in so many ways. And that's why I think it's so important to have practices where you can get back in touch with your body, back in touch with the present, and in touch with what are you thinking, what are you feeling, what are you experiencing overall, because so much happens so quickly and we barely get, you know, any time to really sit with what's going on and process it. And I think that's what really drew me to breathwork, is like having a space and a time to process your emotions, and not just like think about them, which I usually do, but like to feel them in my body. And I think that was why I was getting tense in certain areas. It's probably just emotions processing through my body. So whatever practice works for you, I'm all for it. That allows you to get present and feel into the feels. I have been practicing also like just doing like 5 minutes of meditation in the morning and focusing on my breath in that way. And that's been super helpful, especially if you have like a really fast-paced monkey mind, which I think we all do, but I feel like in particular I'm just like a very heady person. So it's really great to have these practices that allow me to get grounded and get back into my body. So let me know what you think in the comments. Have you done breath work before? Are you interested in it? Do you have any other questions? I'm happy to answer them. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, I'll leave that link below. I'm at Gabriella M. Melgar, and I'm pretty active on there. I also have a podcast and a weekly newsletter that I send out. So my content exists far beyond YouTube. So check that out. I'll leave the links below. Good morning, guys. I wanted to hop on and give you an update of how I'm feeling the day after doing the breath work. And I just want to say I got like almost 11 hours of sleep. I slept so deeply, and I feel more relaxed than normal. Like sometimes I might wake up with a little bit of anxiety as soon as my mind gets going, but overall I feel a greater sense of calm. So I think I will definitely be continuing to do breath work in order to just like relax and get more present, and I'm really happy with the results. So I hope I have some more cool experiences with it. All right, have a great day. Bye.